Now, standing here today, I can't write you a prescription for how we will meet public safety challenges in a multicultural environment. But learning from our history, I think we all know some of the things we have to do. First, we must commit to an open, honest, transparent conversation about where we are, where we want and need to go, and what it will take to get there. And that alone is no easy task. Indeed, it would amount, in my mind, to a massive ground-up intervention with many of our leaders who presided over the system that created these problems. And it simply cannot happen without pressure and support from groups that understand the stakes we're facing, groups such as the National Latino Peace Officers Association. I'm here to say to you, you must be advocates. One of the reasons I like law enforcement is you guys have chosen a profession of sacrifice. You have chosen a profession of service. Somewhere in your DNA, you have something that gets it. You need to push the politicians. You need to push the politicians to stop up, to just, well, let's say it out loud, to shut up the blabbering and the political dogmatic rhetoric that's all out there. You should declare basta and show the way we ought to be talking about public service and these issues. Second, we've got to throw out the debt, diversions, and delay and all the other budget gimmicks that have made it so difficult to paper over these challenges without really, addressing them. To do this, we need to leave everything that we can on the table. Everything except deception and excuses. If so-called solutions only hold up for a year or two, then they're not really solutions after all. And third, we've got to be realistic about the environment that you're speaking about this week. We've got to be realistic about it. That environment is lined with challenges that are different from those challenges we've faced in the past. It's comprised of different faces, some faces that some people aren't used to seeing. And it will punish all of us if we allow so-called leaders to shift the focus away from the real problems we face and toward the wedge issues that do nothing but score hollow political points. Ya basta. In the world we live in, we simply can't afford dangerous, divisive distractions. And of course, today, one of the most ominous is the fight over immigration. Much has been said about the Arizona law that shifted our nation's focus away from the border security we need, left local law enforcement officers in impossible positions, and recklessly blurred the line between probable cause and rank bias. In fact, just a few weeks ago, I hosted a screening of a documentary called 9500 Liberty, which explored a resolution much like the Arizona law that was passed in Prince William County, Virginia, and the terrible effects that it had on the community, the economy, local law enforcement, and the people who live there. And I was glad, by the way, to have Chief Acevedo speak on a panel right after the screening of that documentary. Obviously, the Chief and I have deep concerns about laws such as these that impact and the way they would impact us and what impact they would have on everyone when they would be put into effect. But in terms of the challenge before us today, meeting public safety challenges in a multicultural society, one of the biggest problems with the Arizona law is that it does little but drive apart people at the very moment they need to come together. In my view, the time has come. In fact, it's long past for us to be as brave as our parents and our grandparents. It's time to coalesce around the challenges and the opportunities, the ones we face, but yet we know we can find the solutions to address them. Think about this country. It is a country that welcomed the chief's family when he was a child as immigrants. And look what that instinct of openness gave us. It gave us a man who now provides public service to all of us and works to keep us safe. It's time to elect and empower new leaders who can put aside slogans, explore the widest range of solutions, and find ways to implement the most promising innovations. It's time to find in ourselves and in each other the bravery that we need to retake the path to greatness. Because nothing and no one can accomplish anything great through shortcuts. Not a child, not a cop, and certainly not a state or a nation. True greatness requires real work. We need to campaign for it. We have to prove we really believe in it. And we must rebuke the politicians who doubt our conviction. That is what we saw in our parents and grandparents. It's what we owe to our children and our grandchildren. And it's what it means to be a citizen in this country. To leave our states and our nation in even better shape than we found them, and to pass on an inheritance as great as the one we received. Thank you. Thank you for doing the work you do and fighting for the fight that you fight for America's greatness. Please know that I pray for you every day to be safe in the jobs that you do for me and my family and families just like ours. God bless you. God bless Texas. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you all.